Morning gents, welcome to another video today. Today being Sunday, it's another day where I have to be quiet because the wife is in bed with a very tender-haired vodka. Anyway, today being Sunday, the day of rest, I want a nice peaceful relaxing shave. So I'm going with something slightly mentholated to give me a bit of a cooling sensation today. I'm going to be starting off with my Triple M oil, which I blend myself. It's basically peppermint oil, spearmint oil, and a very healthy dose of menthol, just to really chill you out a little bit. And I'm going to follow that up with a stalwart of the wet shaving world, Proraso Green. Yeah, I've got a few mentholated soaps, but I've videoed those already for you, so I thought I'd show you a bit of the Proraso today. So without further ado, just so it can do its thing while I get everything else ready for the video, I'm going to just apply the pre-shave oil, which once I've blended, I just pop into a little vial with a little drop of top, and I use 1 dropper's worth maximum, which I'll try and show you in the hand, see if I can. Probably not. Actually, it's about the size of a 5 to 10p, and I literally just rub it in. And let it do its thing. Now already the menthol vapours are doing their thing. There we go. So, what of the rest of the tools? Well, it's going to be the traditional Razor Rock bazooka today, with what is now a 25-day-old and soon to be 26-day-old blade. Like so. Big fat handle. Lovely. We'll of course be using the Proraso Green, and we're going to whip the lather in my shaving room bowl. And we're going to use a different brush today. We're not going to use the Cadman's. Just want something different to show you on video. And we're going to use the Razor Rock Monster 26mm silver tip, not silver tip, sorry, synthetic knot. There we go. Super soft tips. Decent amount of loft. I mean, that is insanely soft. Anyway, so without further ado, whilst the oil does its thing and the neighbours cause chaos in their garden at this time of the morning, 9:10. Just going to set the razor into soap. Just going to dip the brush into some water, just get rid of the worst, because I don't want a huge amount of water. And we're just going to load. Now, Proraso Green, it's been around for many, many years, and undoubtedly most of you have tried it. But I just want to give you my thoughts. I've used this quite a lot. It's a fairly soft soap. In fact, I think it's marketed as a crepe. So it gives you a bit of an idea of its texture, and it's reliable, and that's what I like about it. You'll never fail with Proraso to get a good lather, and with it being so soft, there we go, it just builds into the tips of the brush very quickly, very nicely indeed. So we're going to take that load to the bowl. Empty bowl, and just start whipping. Now I will need to add some water to this because the synthetics really doesn't hold water that well. That's the nature of the beast, I suppose. Whereas your natural hairs will absorb some of the water and release it, synthetics just don't. So you can see it's very thick, completely useless for shaving at this point. And if you see my eyes kind of wincing, kind of closing up a little bit, that's the menthol from the oil. It's great stuff. So I'm just going to add some water. Now Proraso is like many soaps in as much as it enjoys a drink. And it enjoys a drink to get the best lather. Because without sufficient water, it's just going to be thick. It will clog your razor, as I have experienced through testing, and it just won't be that good. So, what have we got so far? Well, we've got a thick lather, and the scent is predominantly, for me, is the eucalyptus. That's what I can smell. Now, I always equate eucalyptus as being quite musty. I know a lot of people have raised an eyebrow when I say that, but that's how it is to me. It's quite a musty, not unpleasant musty, mind, but it is musty. And you get that camphor coming through as well. Add some more water. Probably about another teaspoon there, give or take. But yeah, the menthol doesn't really smell of anything. Not to me in this soap anyway. But by the end of the third pass, the cooling from the soap alone, you can start to feel reasonably well. This is proving to need even more water. So I'm going to add some more, because I want a good shape. You can see how it's building in there quite nicely. Just going to add the same again, about another teaspoon. And commence whipping. Whippity, whippity, whip. Now, whilst this is building, the pre-shave oil is hydrating my skin. It is hydrating the stubble to some degree, and it's providing a lovely cooling menthol sensation. Now, some people skip it. I don't do it very often anymore, I must admit, when I've got good soap. However, when you've got a soap that leaves you a little bit dry, pre-shave oil is a good way to kind of combat that up front. If you've got a soap that isn't particularly great with glide, whack some pre-shave oil on, because that in its nature is slick and it will add extra glide. You may need to add some at every pass, and you may not, depends on just how lacking your soap is. So here we go. So what we've got now is a bowl full of useful lather. See, it's got a nice look. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up very well. It's got a bit of a nice gloss on there, and it's almost ready. I'm just going to add a little bit more water. I could probably add the tears from the menthol from my eyes, but that'll take too long. So we'll add a bit more water in the usual fashion from the sink. So yeah, it's a very reliable scent. You know where you stand with it. If you like the eucalyptus, it's very fresh. Even though I say it's musty, it's bizarre. It's a natural smell. I suppose natural is better than fresh for terminology. There we go. You'll enjoy it. So we're going to lather up. Now what we've got here, like I say, is the 26mm synthetic knot from Razor Rock. It's a Plissoft knot, for those who don't know. It's great. It's very soft, so we're just going to apply it. Now it has got a lot of backbone, and it doesn't splay too well for me, but as a painter it's great. I like to lightly swirl with this brush with the tips, because they are super soft. It's like angel's wings, just fluttering on your face. So if you like scritch, avoid this brush. If you like brushes with loads of backbone, pick one up. If you love soft tips, pick it up. Did I mention the price? It's under 20 quid. I got mine from a shaving station, Stu Cowling. Great bloke, great business, great products. Happy days. And there we go. So we lathered up. Got stacks of lather still left in the brush. Probably enough in the brush for the remaining 2 passes after this. But we've still got plenty of good dense lather. There are some bubbles, not huge amounts. But this soap, I've never had the thick, creamy, bubble-free lather like I get with the Phoenix and Bow. But don't let that put you off. It's a good soap. Did I mention the price? We'll come to that later. Anyway, so we have the Razor Rock Bazooka with a 25-day-old Astra Superior Platinum, and we're going to shave. Now bear in mind, I have pre-shave oil on, so the glide is phenomenal. Without pre-shave oil, still very good glide. Not the best, but very good nonetheless. So, there we go, first pass on that side of the face done. See, already enjoying the menthol effect. It's cooling, it's fresh, my face feels nice and cool. Majority of which is coming from the pre-shave oil, I will admit, but nevertheless you get a very subtle cooling effect with the Proraso Green on its own. So if you want a cooling sensation but not over the top, this is probably a good soap for you. So, under the neck. Now, comment on the blade. That was pass number 76. Doesn't feel like pass 76. It feels probably like pass maybe 3, maybe 4, 5 at a push on most people's blades. It's fantastic. So, just going to wipe off with the ever trusty blue towel, just to see where we're at. There. Smooth. Not completely smooth, because I've obviously only done 1 pass, but if you're in a rush you can get away with a good single pass on a good sharp blade. So, lather up for the second pass. I'm not going to apply any more oil because it's done its thing. And just feel Proraso on its own. So you'll see me splay the brush there, even though I said it doesn't splay too easily. That's the point, it does splay, but it takes a bit more work than say your big battery nuts or your balls, due to the extra backbone. And I love painting with this brush. Like I say, it's like angel's wings. Like, yeah. If you've ever touched a chinchilla and you know how soft their fur is, this is like that. So pleasurable. Keep going and going and going, but I won't. So for the second pass, across the grain as best we can, we will see how Proraso fares today. And like I said at the beginning, it's reliable. There's good amounts of cushion here, and it's just doing its job well. And the thing I like about Proraso is it doesn't hold any airs and graces. It just does its thing quietly. There's no cause for pomp and circumstance. It just does its thing. It's an honest soap. It's probably a good way to describe it. Very honest, just works. Now, it does come in a range of scents, but I've only tried the green. I do need to get around to trying the others, I really do. Apparently the sandalwood is a wonderful sandalwood representation, so there we go, pass number 2. I'm going to wipe off and reveal 2 comfortable passes. So I'm going to do a third and final pass against the grain, and let's see if Proraso has any shortcomings there that I should make you aware of. So just build up a lather. Now you may be able to hear my neighbour. She's an old dear, bless her. Lovely lady from my neck of the woods in London. We sit and chat quite a lot in the front garden when I'm mowing the grass or doing whatever. She'll tell me about her wartime stories when she was young and whatnot. Tell me stories about her husband and how they got together and raised their children. She's a lovely old lady. She breaks out into song at random times, and she's just doing Come Flying With Me by Frank Sinatra. She's a lovely lady, really. So, third pass. Here we go. Against the grain. This is where some soaps fall short. Let's see what happens. Not bad. Not terrible. There we go. Covered in lather still. So, hope your day yesterday, chaps, was a good one. I spent most of my day yesterday tackling bots, computerised bots, trying to bring down one of our clients' websites. They didn't win, put it that way. I won. I blocked them, stopped them. I made their day an awful lot harder. So yeah, don't mess. I'm not the Zohan, but don't mess. Bots, I will get you. Anyway, above the jawline, let's go. No drama. We still have plenty of glide. Now we're getting Julie Andrews. I think it's Julie Andrews anyway. No, it isn't. It's not Julie Andrews at all. It's somewhere over the rainbow. I can't remember her name. It's before my time. Judy Garland. So there we go. 3 passes with Proraso Green complete. Let's clean off and see where we're at. So, whilst I clean up, anyone got any good plans for today? No? I'll be cooking a roast dinner in a bit. Nice bit of garlic and herb chicken, I think, with a full complement of vegetables. A few spuds on the side, a bit of gravy. Right now I want that with a few extra herbs. I like to steep the herbs and give the gravy a lovely, wonderful scent. I even put some fresh rosemary in. Works wonderful. So, now we're done with the 3 passes. Our razor today, just to recap, was the Razor Rock Bazooka with an now 26-day-old blade in it, Astra Superior Platinum. We had the Razor Rock Monster Synthetic Brush, building the lather in my shaving room bowl. We had Proraso Green, preceded by my own blend, mint and menthol oil, which if anyone's interested is roughly 66% sweet almond oil, a third, or the remaining 34% is castor oil for a bit of viscosity, and lots and lots of mint and menthol. I'll get the exact build for this blend, stick it in the comments below should you ever want to make your own. So, Proraso Green, what can I tell you about it? Well, it's reliable, like I say. It gives you a good lather every time. Doesn't take a lot to build it. It's got good cushion. I've used it with a variety of razors, be they double edge, single edge and shavettes, and it works well with them all. Scent. It's menthol. It's sort of another whiff just to remind us. There's a bit of camphor and predominantly eucalyptus. So if you like that kind of natural scent of eucalyptus and that bit of camphor there just to kind of give the nostrils a little tickle, you'll like Proraso Green. Glide, on its own, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not the slickest of soaps I've ever used, but like you saw with my first pass, combine it with a pre-shave oil and you'll just be gliding all over your face like Torval and Dean did on the ice rink back in the day. No issues at all there. Cushion, like I said, it's great. Post-shave feel could do with a bit more to it for me. It's not bad, it's just not great. It's average. It's average. I mean, my skin isn't dry, but it's not as moist as say a Phoenix and Bow soap would leave me. I would ordinarily follow it up with a balm, maybe a bit of aftershave splash with something in it just to give it a little bit of moisture on the elbow race. So yeah, it's not bad. Now, I did mention earlier in the video the price, and I withheld that to the end, but most seasoned wet shavers will know that the price of Proraso. But for those who don't, you can pick some of this up for under £6 from most retailers, and if you get it on the Baby or Amazon or any other kind of home auction site or anything like that, you can probably get it for under £5, plus delivery. Yeah, got to pay delivery. Postman's got to live, he's got to eat. So yeah, there's a reason most people have tried it, and there's a reason most people love it, because it's reliable, and it's a bargain. Is there anything else I can say about Proraso Green? Anything I don't like? One thing I don't like about Proraso, and I don't know if this is common to the other flavours, if you will, the sandalwood and the sensitive white. I think they do a blue cream, but not in the soap. And that is, with this, it leaves a little bit of a scum in the sink that I don't get with a tallow soap, and I don't get with any other vegetable-based soaps. There's something about it, it just kind of hangs around. Kind of like if you've ever been to the beach on a day where you've had that foamy sea scum come in, you get a bit of that kind of effect going on with the Proraso. But that is like a tiny downside. It takes seconds to rinse your sink, but it's just something I've noticed. So chaps, if you've not tried Proraso Green, I really suggest you do, because every wet shaver has to. It's the law, don't you know? It's reliable, it's consistent, it's Proraso. So chaps, I'm going to go and upload the video. I'm going to process it, stick some wacky effects on it, stick some subtitles and all that jazz. But in the meantime, if you like my videos, I'd very much appreciate your thumbs up on the vids. If you really like what you see and want to see more, check out the rest of my channel and drop me a subscription. That would be fantastic. Let me know if you have and I'll drop you one back. So chaps, thank you very much for watching. This has been Proraso Green. I have been me. Catch you later.